The road gets bad from here. It's not even allowed to stop to take photos. Well, see if we can do it. Good morning. What a lovely little hotel I stayed at in Belleza. Today, I am going to be riding to, well, from here it's an hour and a half to Parral, P-A-R-R-A-L. And in that town, that is a larger city, there is a very cool mine that you can explore and take a tour going really deep into it. So I am looking forward to that. Gets really good reviews. And yeah, people say it's really great experience. Let's see. All right, on the road again. Right, almost there. They say don't pay here, not sure. I am here at Mina La Prieta, the old gold mine overlooking the city of Parral. It's supposed to be like really cool because you can go almost 300 feet down in the mine shaft and explore the tunnels. 1629. Operated continuously for 350 years. Holy cow. Here we buy our tickets. Buenos días.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
Una persona, por favor.
38. Esperaría aquí afuera. Ahorita la guía se la lleva a recorrer en unos 15 minutos.
Ah, ok. Gracias.
Que la vea bien.
All right, she said to wait here and the guide will be here in about 15 minutes. Pretty cool, 38 pesos, so like basically $2.
Principal para visitar la mina es bajar a interior, pero empezamos a tener unas pequeñas fallas técnicas con la máquina que nos baja y nos sube. Con el malacate, ahorita se los voy a mostrar. Carreaba el mineral, ahora los tenemos de maceteros, nada que ver con la noticia. Ahorita que subamos un poquito más, la Torre Eiffel, pero tenemos el castillo del Tiro Aguilereña.
These are the huge electric winches that were used to haul parts of ore out. going into one of the mine shafts. She said that unfortunately we cannot go down the 87 meters into the mine like you normally can. There's something wrong with the mechanism. She said maybe in a week, maybe in a month it'll be available again, but you know, who knows. I talked to her a little bit afterwards. She said the mine was only for silver and a couple other precious metals like lead and zinc, but not gold at all. It was one of the reviews online that had said gold, but I guess they were slightly misinformed. Anyway, this was a silver mine. Also, it's been more than 2 months since they had the machine operating to bring people down into the mine itself, so they don't know when it's going to be repaired, if ever. So that's a little unfortunate, but still was a nice break, and now they've got about a 3-hour ride to Torreon. There's another mine that I guess they do tours in, so I'll try to do that one tomorrow. I've been riding along and I'm starting to see this new type of cactus or desert plant. It's almost shaggy looking. Really cool. I don't know what kind this is. What kind of cactus? I'm gonna have to look it up because it's so, I mean, they look shaggy. Alright, Sprig. Better get on the right side of the road. Buenas. ¿Tiene una habitación?
Sí, hay dobles, king size.
No, es solo yo.
Ah, sí.
Oh, I guess I was recording there. Well, I'm in... Oh, I forget the name of the town. Let me start over. I'm in Mapimi, another Pueblo Mágico in Mexico, and I found the hotel. It's really adorable how they have decorated for Halloween. She says they do have a room available, so I'm gonna go check it out. So this is the Hotel Villa Vida or Vida Villa, and my room is down here in the sótano, which means basement or dungeon. Another absolutely adorable place. So here we have this really cool restaurant as part of the hotel. Up on the shelf, they have all of these calcium carbide lamps. These are what the miners used to use. Here they have a bunch more of these headlamps and some shelves, different sizes. There's little baby ones like this and big ones like this. So the way these calcium carbide lamps would work is this container at the bottom would be dry, and you put in a whole bunch of chunks of calcium carbide, and then you would fill the top part with water, and then there would be a control lever on the top that would allow the water to drip at a slower or faster rate into the calcium carbide chips below. And the chemical reaction would produce a acetylene gas, which would come out the orifice here, and you'd ignite that, and it would burn, and then the reflector, of course, would reflect the light. And they were actually quite bright, especially ones here with a more polished reflector. That was by far the brightest light source that miners and cavers had available to them for years and years and years. And then eventually incandescent bulbs became popular. They still weren't that bright, and they went through batteries really fast. So right on the time when they were becoming popular, people in, well, particularly cavers, which I'm experienced with, would walk around with huge battery packs on their waist, just so that they'd have enough light or energy to go caving for hours and hours. But nowadays, everyone uses LED light sources, which are very efficient and very, very bright, and will easily last 8, 10 hours or 24 hours or more, depending on which model you buy. And that's what everyone uses now. In a lot of old mines and even caves, you can see carbide droppings on the ground. But in the days gone by, these calcium carbide headlamps were the way to go. So today, just a few miles out of town, literally like 5 miles, there's another mine that you can go and explore with apparently a really cool bridge that you cross to get there. And I think also a zipline park attached to it. So I'm gonna check that out. Hopefully this time I'll get to actually go inside and see some of the cool stuff inside. So that's where I'm off to today. Gracias. It's basically saying the road gets bad from here. Share your brakes, tires, you got water, oil. It's not even allowed to stop to take photos. Wow. Well, see if we can do it. This is one heck of a bridge they built here. We are pretty much in the middle of the bridge. Not like super far down. I'd say about 150 feet. I can see the zip lines above me, and I gotta say, that looks absolutely terrifying. I'm thinking of just asking for my money back, not doing them. I don't know how much maintenance they have, considering it was 250 pesos for the ticket, like 12 bucks. I don't. Oh, there's nothing scarier for me than going on a single skinny little steel cable at the end of the bridge. Looks like they're still setting up for showing their stuff for sale, rocks and minerals and whatnot. Oh, here's a mine shaft.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. ¿Puedo entrar la mina o qué?
Sí, él es el guía.
Ah, sí.
Ahorita voy a traer la lámpara.
Ya tengo una.
Ok. No, tengo...
See,
Voy a traerme las mías.
brought my headlamp.
Es que...
Okay, so he said that he's my guide and asked if, well, he said he was waiting for a lamp, and I said I already have one, and I said there's a family coming. He said, oh, okay, we'll wait for them so we can all go together, of course. I mean, so as soon as they get here across the bridge, we're gonna go in and explore this mine shaft. So, super exciting. Still not sure about the zip lines though. Okay, while I'm waiting, I am taking a closer look at the zipline cable, which goes clear across the valley. The cable is less than the thickness of my pinky. I'd say it's 3/8 inch steel cable. And there's no braking. Normally they have, some speed brakes or, something they roll out that you hit and slows you down. There's none of that here. So honestly, I don't want to chicken out, but I don't feel safe doing this. It's one thing about the cable, like braking or not braking, but the fact that there's no way to brake and slow down at the end, I don't want to come crashing into the end. That just seems way too risky. So I'm gonna bail on the zip lines unless I see someone go first. Maybe a few people from this family. I think I'm just gonna skip it, but still get to explore the mine shaft. Oop, cactus plant. So yeah, looking forward to that. Got the helmet on. And we're just getting the family with their helmets and about to go in the cave. The mine. And we are going in the mine. Say goodbye to the daylight.
Están muy brillosos. Sí, son cuarzo, ¿verdad?
No, eso es
So he was saying that this shaft they dug to bring air into the mine so that the miners could breathe. Get fresh air down, deep down inside.
óxido ferroso. Se pueden pintar. Es como un maquillaje.
Puedes estar atento a ver si me puedes.
¿Te quieres pintar?
En las mejillas.
Pinte.
Wow.
Me voy a hacer como los.
Así como los indígenas.
Sí, yo quiero ser azteca.
Pero píntate tú.
Quiero ser
Te
azteca.
falta la otra raya.
Una azteca.
No, acá, ya.
Ahora sí.
So yeah, needless to say, they used this for dye.
Y el otro que se mira ahí también arriba.
So here we've come into a very large natural fissure in the rock. The walls are sparkling with, I guess it's pyrite. Whoa. Another big junction.
Mira, tengo una piedra que vi.
Another super large fissure. Okay, I don't know if I believe these or not. They're just a little bit too high quality fossils. Definitely seems painted.
Bueno, mira, es que tiene su piel, mira. Cuando abandonaron la mina, estuvieron muy bien. Las torres nomás fue lo que original. Las pusieron de madera y otras las tuvieron que cambiar a metálicas. Este es el 0.
Cat.
Y en el 3, perdón.
Dog.
¿Cuántos pudieron salir de la
So here is a photo of the bridge. Very, very old. They have some blueprints of the towers here, which are dated July of '89. So I assume that's 1889? Very, very old. I don't know how old the actual wood is on it, if it's original or not. ¿Cuántos años tiene un puente?
¿Este?
Sí.
Es de 1800, de estos 2 años, 98 y 99.
Okay. 130. So this also says how much kilograms of gold, oro, silver, plata, and lead, plomo they took out of the mine each year. Era una mina de oro, plata y plomo, ¿verdad? Sí.
Más plata. Mire.
Más plata.
Más
Oh,
plata,
sí.
es ahí 1.762.000.
We are going out a different way than we came in, with a much lower ceiling. I'm actually glad I have this helmet because I've already hit my head a couple times. Daylight at last.
Por eso nos venimos por acá por el más corto, nosotros por acá por el...
Alright. Back into daylight. Here we have more of those shaggy plants I saw yesterday. I forgot to mention I did look that up. They are a type of yucca called yucca ilata or cordilla or soapweed, apparently. And then these are all ocotillos. These plants here. So yeah, in case you're wondering. So across this bridge on the other side is the town where all the workers, all the miners lived. He said upwards of 18,000 people worked here. So that was just a side tour. Get an overlook of the canyon and the town, and now we have to go back in the mine and back all the way that we came so far. Back over the bridge. We have arrived back at the entrance we came in. So he was saying the mine extends out 450 kilometers horizontal, which I guess you can believe, since they had 18,000 people living here and working here, and they took out all those tons of ore. So, and there's mine shafts all over the hillsides. Quite amazing. We saw just a tiny, tiny bit of it. Okay, I am back at the parking lot for Brisa. I gave away my ticket for the zip lines. No one else had bought a ticket, and I just really not comfortable doing it. That skinny little steel cable. Plus, it's already just past 2 o'clock. It's about 10 after 2, and I want to get to Saltillo today to spend the night, and that is 4 hours from here, so that would get me there after 6, sunset being at 6:20. So I really need to hit the road. But that was super fun. It was, the tour was really longer than I thought, and worth doing if you come here to this part of, I think we're in Durango. So yeah, see you on the road. Here's a quick tip. Gracias. Quick tip, never get behind a motorcyclist at a toll station. Gotta take gloves off. Pull out money. Oh, it just takes a lot longer than someone in a car who can have their money ready. When I did the trip in 2010, there was no separate price for motos. It was all the same, cars or motos, which is quite expensive if you're in a car. Now at least it's about half the cost for motos, which I still think is too expensive. I mean, motorcycle, mine weighs like just over 400 pounds, and a car weighs over 4,000 pounds. So, you think it would be, if they're doing wear and tear on the roads due to weight, really should be about 1/10 the price of a car. But I'm glad at least it's half the price, because in 14 years ago it was not. It was like one price for 2-axle vehicle. On to Saltillo. Still pretty far to go, 155 miles. About 2.5 hours. So, it says I'll get there at 6, which is once again right before sunset. So today we started the day in Belleza, which is right about here. And from there, rode to Parral, which is where the mine was with the elevator issue. So we couldn't go down inside it. We could only see the outside. And from Parral, rode down here, about right here, which is where Mapimi is. Spent the night there. And right outside of Mapimi is the horizontal mine that we explored with the family, and afterwards rode around Torreon to Saltillo, right about there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can find it again if you'd like to continue to follow the journey down to Argentina. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.